Good morning, everyone, and welcome. I am Dr. S.K. Singh, and I'm pleased to be here today. Today's presentation is titled Regulatory Framework of CDSCO and State FDA in India. We will explore the key aspects of how these regulatory bodies operate and oversee the pharmaceutical and healthcare sectors. Over the course of this session, we'll cover the structure, roles, and important regulations that govern our industry. I look forward to sharing this knowledge with you. Let's get started. Let's start by looking at India's pharmaceutical industry, which is actually one of the largest in the world. This means that India plays a major role in global medicine production and supply. To ensure that the drugs produced and sold here are safe, of good quality, and effective, India has established a comprehensive regulatory system. This system is primarily governed by the Drugs and Cosmetics Act of 1940 and the rules from 1945. These laws lay down the framework for regulating pharmaceuticals and medical devices. Now, this regulatory system operates through two main authorities. At the central level, we have the CDSCO, or the Central Drug Standard Control Organization. They oversee national standards and policies. Meanwhile, at the state level, each state has its own FDA, or Food and Drug Administration, which manages local enforcement and compliance. Both of these authorities work closely together. Their joint efforts are crucial for regulating the entire life cycle of drugs and medical devices, from manufacturing and sale to distribution, import, and even clinical testing. This collaboration helps maintain high standards across the industry and ensures that the medicines reaching patients are safe and effective. And as we move forward in this presentation, understanding this regulatory framework will help us appreciate how India manages such a vast and complex pharmaceutical landscape. Let's take a closer look at the regulatory framework in India. The Indian drug regulatory system operates on two main levels. First, there's the central level, which is managed by the CDSCO, or the Central Drugs Standard Control Organization. This body works under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and is headed by the Drugs Controller General of India, or DCGI. Essentially, the CDSCO is responsible for overseeing drug regulation at the national level, ensuring that policies and standards are consistent across the country. On the other hand, we have the state level, which is represented by the state FDA. Each state has its own FDA office that handles local implementation and enforcement. This means they oversee the manufacturing and sale activities within their specific states, making sure that local businesses comply with national standards and regulations. The main objective of this entire framework is to protect public health. That, achieved by making sure that all medicines available to the public are safe, effective, and of high quality. This layered approach helps India maintain a strong, comprehensive system that safeguards consumers while supporting the pharmaceutical industry. Let's talk about what CDSCO is. CDSCO stands for the Central Drugs Standard Control Organization, and it serves as the main regulatory authority for pharmaceuticals and medical devices across India. Its role is crucial in ensuring that the medicines and medical devices used by people are safe and effective. Now, when we look at the main functions of CDSCO, you'll see that it has a wide range of responsibilities. For instance, it approves new drugs and vaccines, which is essential before these products can be made available to the public. It also approves clinical trials, ensuring that new treatments are tested properly for safety and efficacy. Another key function is regulating imported drugs, making sure that any medicines brought into India meet the required standards. Similarly, CDSCO oversees medical devices to ensure they are safe for use. Establishing drug standards is also a core part of their work, setting quality benchmarks for the industry. Lastly, CDSCO works closely with state food and drug administration authorities, coordinating efforts to maintain consistent regulatory practices across the country. Leading this organization is the Drugs Controller General of India, or DCGI. The DCGI is responsible for overseeing all these functions and ensuring that the regulatory framework operates smoothly. This leadership is vital for maintaining trust in the medicines and devices available in India, tying back to our overall theme of ensuring safety and regulation in healthcare. Let's take a closer look at the responsibilities of CDSCO. First, they are responsible for the approval of new drugs. This means they thoroughly evaluate the safety, efficacy, and quality of any new medication before it reaches the market, ensuring that only safe and effective drugs are available to the public. Next, they handle the permission process for clinical trials conducted within India. This step is crucial because it ensures that trials are conducted ethically and that participants are protected. Moving on, CDSCO also regulates imported drugs and medical devices. This helps maintain standards and safety for products coming into the country, ensuring they meet our health requirements. They are also tasked with establishing standards for pharmaceuticals and medical products. These standards are essential because they set the benchmarks for quality and safety across the industry. Finally, CDSCO conducts pharmacovigilance, which means they monitor adverse drug reactions. This ongoing surveillance allows them to identify and address any safety issues that may arise once a drug is in widespread use, safeguarding public health. Overall, these responsibilities highlight the critical roles CDSCO plays in protecting and promoting health through regulation, evaluation, and vigilance. So what exactly is state FDA? Well, it's the state-level regulatory authority that's responsible for implementing drug laws within a particular state. Essentially, they ensure that the medicines and pharmaceuticals in that state are safe and meet the required standards. Now, their main functions are quite comprehensive. First, they handle the licensing of drug manufacturers and sellers, making sure only legitimate entities are involved in producing and distributing medicines. Second, they conduct inspections of pharmaceutical facilities to verify compliance with regulations. Third, they monitor the sale and distribution of medicines to prevent illegal or unsafe practices. And finally, if any violations occur, they have the authority to take legal action to enforce the law. You might be wondering, who are some examples of state FDAs? Well, Maharashtra FDA, Gujarat FDA, and the Karnataka Drug Control Department are all good examples. These agencies play a crucial role in maintaining drug safety and integrity within their respective states, supporting the larger national effort to protect public health. Now, let's take a closer look at the responsibilities of the state FDA. First, they grant manufacturing licenses to pharmaceutical units, which means they ensure that only properly equipped and compliant facilities are allowed to produce medicines. This is a critical step in maintaining quality from the very beginning. Next, they issue sales licenses to wholesalers, retailers, and pharmacies. This helps regulate the distribution of medicines, making sure that drugs reach consumers through authorized channels. Another key responsibility is conducting regular inspection activities. These inspections are essential for verifying that manufacturing and sales practices adhere to Good Manufacturing Practices, or GMP, as well as legal standards. It's all about maintaining quality and safety. The state FDA also collects drug samples and tests them in government laboratories. This testing helps detect any substandard or adulterated medicines before they reach the public, ensuring that only safe and effective drugs are available. Finally, when violations are found, such as spurious, adulterated, or substandard drugs, the state FDA takes legal action. This could involve penalties or other measures to protect public health and enforce compliance. Overall, these responsibilities form a comprehensive framework that helps keep our medicines safe and reliable, aligning with the broader goal of safeguarding public health. Let's take a closer look at the difference between CDSCO and state FDA. On a broad level, the CDSCO, or Central Drug Standard Control Organization, functions as the central authority. It's responsible for approving new drugs, developing standards, and coordinating efforts across the country. Think of it as the main body setting the national guidelines and ensuring uniformity in drug regulation. In contrast, the state FDA operates at the state level. Its primary roles include granting manufacturing licenses, regulating sales and distribution within the state, and conducting inspections to ensure compliance. They also enforce state-specific regulations and standards, making sure that local practices align with national policies. So, the key distinction is that the CDSCO handles the overarching approvals and standard setting for the entire country, whereas the state FDA focuses on the implementation, enforcement, and regulation within their specific states. This division helps maintain a balanced and organized approach to drug regulation, with national consistency supported by local oversight. Connecting this to our overall theme, understanding this relationship clarifies how drug approval and regulation are managed at different levels, ensuring safety, quality, and compliance from the national to the local level. Now, let's talk about the crucial coordination between the CDSCO and state FDAs. These two entities work hand in hand to ensure that drug regulation is effective and comprehensive across the country. Their collaboration is essential for maintaining high standards and safeguarding public health. Some key areas where they coordinate include joint inspections, which help verify compliance at manufacturing sites and ensure quality control. They also work together on product recalls, quickly removing unsafe or substandard medicines from the market. Safety alerts are another important aspect, where they communicate quickly about any emerging risks associated with certain drugs. Pharmacovigilance reporting is also a shared responsibility, helping to monitor and analyze adverse drug reactions. And of course, action against illegal drug manufacturing is a critical area, where their combined efforts help shut down illicit operations and prevent harmful drugs from reaching consumers. The importance of this cooperation cannot be overstated. It significantly improves regulatory efficiency, making sure that guidelines are enforced uniformly and effectively. Most importantly, their collaboration directly contributes to public safety, ensuring that the medicines people rely on are safe, effective, and of high quality. This synergy between the CDSCO and state FDAs is a vital component of our overall drug regulation framework. Let's take a closer look at some of the major challenges faced by regulatory authorities today. One of the biggest issues is the proliferation of counterfeit and substandard medicines, which pose serious risks to public health. Alongside that, illegal online drug sales have grown rapidly, making it harder to control the distribution of safe and quality medicines. Another challenge is the shortage of trained inspectors, which hampers effective oversight and enforcement. We're also seeing a rapid expansion in the variety and complexity of medical devices and biotechnology products, which requires updated expertise and regulations. Additionally, enforcement efforts can vary significantly among different states, leading to inconsistencies in regulatory standards and compliance. So, what do we need to address these challenges? There's a clear need for improved digital monitoring systems that can track and identify issues in real time. Better training programs for inspectors and regulatory staff are crucial, ensuring they stay current with new developments. And finally, strengthening surveillance programs will help create more uniform and effective enforcement across all regions. All these improvements are essential if we want to safeguard public health and ensure the integrity of our regulatory systems in this rapidly evolving landscape. Let's take a look at some recent regulatory developments in India. First, there's been a significant push towards strengthening medical device rules. This means stricter standards and more robust oversight to ensure safety and efficacy. Additionally, the government has introduced online licensing systems, making it easier and more efficient for companies to obtain and renew their licenses. This digital shift aims to streamline processes and reduce delays. We've also seen improvements in pharmacovigilance programs, which are essential for monitoring the safety of medicines after they hit the market. Better vigilance means quicker responses to any adverse effects and enhanced patient safety. Furthermore, authorities are increasing inspections of manufacturing units. This is crucial for maintaining quality standards and ensuring compliance with regulations. Finally, there are stricter rules against misleading advertisements. This is important to protect consumers from false claims and ensure that they receive accurate information about health products. Overall, these developments are part of India's objective to align its regulations more closely with international standards, fostering a safer and more reliable healthcare environment. Let's talk about the importance of CDSCO and state FDA. First, they play a crucial role in public health protection. They ensure that the medicines available in the market are safe and effective, which is vital for patient safety and trust. Next, we have quality assurance. Through rigorous regulatory inspections, they maintain high pharmaceutical quality standards, making sure that products meet the necessary criteria before reaching consumers. Another key point is ethical clinical research. These agencies monitor clinical trials closely to protect patient safety and ensure that research is conducted responsibly and ethically. Finally, a strong regulatory system like this supports the growth of the industry. It builds global trust in Indian pharmaceuticals, opening doors for international markets and collaborations. Overall, the CDSCO and state FDA are fundamental to safeguarding health, ensuring quality, promoting ethical practices, and fostering industry growth. So, as we wrap up, I want to emphasize that CDSCO and state FDAs are truly the backbone of India's pharmaceutical regulatory system. CDSCO primarily handles the approvals, imports, and setting national standards, ensuring that the drugs meet certain quality benchmarks across the country. On the other hand, state FDAs are responsible for implementing and enforcing these regulations at the local level, making sure that policies are followed in every region. Together, these two authorities work hand in hand to protect public health. Their collaboration is vital because effective regulation is what ensures the drugs we use are safe, effective, and of high quality. Ultimately, this strong regulatory framework is essential for maintaining trust in India's pharmaceutical products and safeguarding the well-being of every patient. If you need any further support or have questions after today's presentation, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help and provide any additional information you might need. Remember, the key to success with this content is understanding how it all fits into the bigger picture we discussed. Thank you so much for your time and attention. I truly appreciate it, and I look forward to connecting with you if you require any assistance.